Hey guys, we're back. So what you are currently viewing is what I would consider the boss fights of Soul Silver that we struggled with the most in our playthroughs from the Sprout Tower dude to like gym leaders and didn't include the U-scene fight. Now that I think about it, it's alright. I don't think it wasn't that interesting. Anyway, I probably should have. Included the U-scene fight or whatever. Just think about that then. But rocket leaders and gym leaders and all that kind of crap. And so it's just a quick run through. It runs a bit fast because I think originally the video was like 23 minutes long, and now I cut down to like 13. And then there's still the prize fight at the end of this. So stay tuned for that to see whether or not I continue or have to redo a video like this again. And so, yeah, just running through this now, and I just want to talk about the thought patterns for this run so far that I think really made a huge difference in how this run turned out and how I did so well. Bar luck, because if you watch the video now, which you are currently watching, you will see a lot of times where I don't play around the crit, because I just don't think there's a better option to do. I don't think I ever really threw caution to the wind, but there were definitely times where either my math was more off than I thought, or I got lucky on a low roll, and I never got punished. There were a few times, if you watch, there are a few times where clearly it was like, oh, they crit there. But I think that there are too many points where you're not going to be able to play around the crit too much, because I don't know if it's the rare candy thing or if it's just the difference in what this dude did to the mod, where some Pokemon just feel incredibly frail, like against all attacks. Or if it's just like the difference in maybe how he powered up other Pokemon, or because I don't know the whole EV, IV count of other Pokemon or anything like that. I don't know really the changes he's made. I normally just care about like moves and when they evolve, and that's all I really care about. Don't care so much about what's on what route or anything like that, because it's still going to be the first encounter anyway. And so that was just a big. It's a big part of figuring this out, where it's like, I gotta figure out, like, have a bulky defense, or like defense bulk and a special defense bulk and blah blah blah. So I'm still figuring that stuff out. I still think I did pretty well, because we're back up to where we were. I don't think the fights went too wrong, but there were definitely points where, like, I would go in thinking, alright, this one's gonna get sacked, and it didn't. And I'm like, oh cool, I can keep going from here, it's fine. And then there are other points where it did just throw me for a loop, and I'm like, well, didn't expect that to happen. Also just mistakes of like keeping things out when they shouldn't have been kept out. I think I did the same thing with Starmie against Chuck again in the Breloom. I did that same thing again, and I just got bullet seated to death. It's like, what are you gonna do about it? No, you mess up. But I think some of the biggest things that I did with this one, because the video's taken a while to come out, because it's a long game. It is very long, and it does require some grinding. You can rare candy yourself all you want, but I just don't think, at least I'm not good enough, if the opponent's going to have EVs or IVs or whatever, right? And I just don't think I'm good enough to not have some help from EVs. And it's like, so I may as well grind up a bit, right? It doesn't take long, not with the speed up and stuff like that. You go somewhere low where you've got some stats that you want or whatever like that, and just back and forth and just kill everything. Normally I'll go for like a level. If I'm pretty high up, I'll go somewhere pretty low and just shoot back and forwards until a level's done. I think that's plenty. So I think some of the biggest changes for this run were making use of static encounters, stuff that I know I'm going to run into. Biggest changes in this run so far would be, I still kept with my fire type for the quizzes. I didn't grab anything from Goldenrod, even to this point, because I'm thinking about the fossils. But I picked up Spearow from that dude in the little hut. So that took my Route 35 encounter, because I'm not counting gift Pokemon as extra Pokemon. They are part of the whatever route it says. So you're hoping for like it to say something different, but it said Route 35, so I think I lost my Route 35 encounter. The Eevee, I did the same problem. There'll be a routes in the box, in the dead box. The only reason why that routes is there is because I caught it because I saw a route, so I'm like, oh, that's sick, and then I realized it's the same route you get the Eevee. You know, utilizing the Eevee, knowing you're going to get Jolteon. Jolteon just walls the first gym and is good for a lot of other points if you can keep the stupid thing alive. The Sudowoodo, you know, picking up the Sudowoodo because it is decent, it's pretty good, and I think it's probably the best encounter you're going to get on that route. You know, I haven't used him yet in this run, but I did try and use him in the last one. So stuff like that, you know. I think the biggest ones for this were definitely Fearow, and I did pick up the Riolu last time, the egg, which I hatched that in Goldenrod, but we're just going to say it's Mahogany Town because Goldenrod just has the best spot to run back and forwards, and it's just like, whatever, you can't stop an egg hatching. We're just going to call it Mahogany Town and get nothing out of Mahogany Town. Who gives a shit, right? It doesn't really matter. I still want access to a fossil at some point. And the other big one would be Lapras, knowing that Lapras spawns on a Friday in whatever that cave's called, and repelling through, so then you don't catch like a Geodude or like a Zubat or some crap on your way through, so then you can come back later, repel your way through on a Friday afternoon or whatever, and pick up the Lapras, which is pretty poggers, man. Having a Lapras was pretty damn good, and she was pretty good. And and I think the other thing as well that made this video longer to come out besides just playing it is just using information. So I was more in tune with like checking out what movesets they had and keeping an eye on what came out first. There are a few fights where that doesn't matter because the paperwork I'm reading from doesn't list certain fights, which it should, because they are quite difficult. They can be run enders if you're not going in prepared. So I would go back and watch my old videos, just watch the old ones that I already recorded and be like, well, where did I mess up here? What did this do wrong? What did this guy send out first? And then how did they respond and stuff like that. So I ended up watching a lot of my videos again, just so then, well, at least just the fights, just to resync myself with the battle before going into the battle. I don't know what you guys think of that. I think it's fine because they're my videos, maybe, and that's like learning, and it's like, this game's fairly long, it's like, how are you going to remember everything? What's the difference between that and like taking notes? Comment down below if you think that it's cheating, but regardless, I think it's just information gathering and whatever, you know, so that's just the way that's going to go, because it helped, especially knowing what they're starting with. Knowing what they're starting with was a big help across the board, just knowing like what I can open with, and yeah, from there, and then also knowing what moves they could use, also helped a lot to not be completely surprised, or to know how to pivot. I was trying to pivot more in this one, so I could get into a more optimal switch without getting just like hit by the first thing that would probably do the most damage. You know, if you know you get like something physically defensive, don't swap them in if you know they're going to use a special move. Swap around a bit until you can force out the defense, or the attacking move rather than the special attacking move, and take less damage from that, you know? So those are some of the biggest changes I think I made in this run to do better. I still lost a few, it's fine, whatever. I definitely got lucky with a bunch, like the Pidgeotto, there's a fight with the Lapras, yeah, I think there's a fight with the Rhyhorn, the Charizard. There's too many fights where I ended up on like less than 5 HP, and I'm sitting there like, whoa, I gotta change you out, man, because that's just that's just not good. That's just not good at all. So yeah, so I got a few more minutes, but I probably won't say too much more. Probably let you enjoy the last of these fights before you get into the price fight, which I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's a good game. It is a good game. I'm keen to play more, you know, but I'm not gonna spoil anything. It's not a hard fight. It's not a hard fight, but still watch it. Watch it. Watch it. I don't know if I win. I don't know. I just did that. But anyway, I'm just gonna cut off here, and you can watch the end of this, and then. Yeah, the prize fight is directly after this. I think it's at the 30. It'll be at like the 13-minute mark if you just want to skip to it. But all this is pretty fast, so I think it's pretty enjoyable to watch. But yeah, so I think that's about it to catch you up on how I thought this run went / what I did specifically to do the run. It just took time. So yeah, I'll talk to you in other Corey, non-post Corey. So yeah, have fun. Alright, we are back. I had to fix the camera because I recorded it differently. I just realised I can knock off the top bar so I don't have to edit that out as much. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Alright, so we're back. This game is long. It is very, very long. And it takes me a hot minute to get back up here, especially when I'm doing other things. As you know, YouTube is a hobby. It is not my lifestyle. If it could be my lifestyle and I was earning hundreds of thousands of dollars a month like those other whores are, then awesome. But it can't be, so it's not how it's going to go. So fucking, we've done heaps, and I'm just going to run you through the team. We're going to run you through the team. So I hopefully already explained everything in the catch-up part of how I took the run. Static encounters. They're just like, that's half the team, more than half the team. Like, you know, waiting for, like, you know, going on a Friday to catch Lapras because he's just a really bulky ice water type. Like, it just sits there in the cave. So take your repels. You know, Blaziken, Charizard being quiz Pokemon, so you don't even have to like catch it. And they're from the cities, towns. We're not really going to catch a Pokemon in any way. Claire, you know, or Jolteon being an Eevee. That what's her face, Cynthia gives you at the very start of the game. This guy came from an egg. I caught this dude in the forest. He's alright. I don't even know if I should bring him, but at the same time, maybe because of the fighting part of him. Maybe, maybe just because of the fighting part, the stun spore. If he doesn't live this fight, I don't think I care. Because honestly, I don't think I have much of a. I don't think he has much besides like Misty, Brock, Giovanni, which there is no Giovanni in this game. It's what's his face. It's blue. And yeah, and anything, and by that point I think most of them will be having ice type moves. So, you know, I don't think he's going to do as much. I think Claire's going to be like the real water go. So the idea is that I was just looking for a way to get around Hail. Alright, which is going to kind of suck because this guy's going to be a little bit vulnerable. But I'm thinking, especially since all we need to do is turn off Hail. I was trying to hunt down Sunny Day. You don't get Sunny Day until the Team Rocket takes over the radio tower, because you can't get upstairs. And I don't even think you get it until you complete it, because ideally I would have done Sunny Day and then just had fire through the whole thing, because when it's fire and fighting. But the Hail is more of a pain in the butt, because yeah, the Hail is more of a pain in the butt because it buffs up a lot of their ice moves, and it buffs up the Frostlass, which is where we lost last time because I couldn't hit the thing, and not because of its evasiveness, but because I was only left with fighting type moves. So this is the teams that we've got going. Oh wait, where are we here? So Ice Beam, Surf, Body Slam, Rain Dance. So I'm thinking Rain Dance start straight away, and then Ice Beam on the Abomasnow, depending on if Body Slam and that does more, because his attack's higher, but Ice Beam will have. So because what is it? Let's do the math. Because there's Water Resist. Let's look this up. Let's start. We're gonna do more. We're gonna do more. You know, I've been going back through my old videos to make sure I was looking at what team started with. I've been trying to use more information. Pokemon type chart, right? Because then I really gotta start doing these things a bit better so I can figure out what the best moves are, so I don't just waste it. Because that's all it is. It's me just fucking up constantly. All right. So you can't see this, what I'm looking at because I don't know how to do that yet. But this is the type chart, and all I got to do see is, does water resist ice? Because if it resists ice, then I think we're going for just neutral damage, aren't we? Well, oh wait, attacking ice does half to water. Fuck. But it does 2 times to grass. So this means we're just going to be doing neutral damage, right? We're going to be doing neutral damage. Ice Beam is 95. With the stab boost, it's 0.5. Or it's 1.5 times. So we're looking at, what's half of 95? Like 47. So it's looking at like 142 attack power, neutral damage, which is pretty good. So that's fine. And then Body Slam is 85, no stab. But we'll just do neutral damage regardless. So I think Ice Beam's the way to go, and then Freeze. Right? So the Rain Dance turns off the ice. It turns off the blizzard, which I'm pretty sure Fuckface McGee, Abomasnow, just naturally does, which kind of sucks. Like, I don't think there's any water types I could have caught that just naturally start bringing in rain. It's like Kyogre. And then we've got this guy, mainly for the fighting types, because once the rain starts, I'm pretty sure this is Gen 4 still, so I don't think the weather effects go away. I think they're permanent, which is clearly what we saw in that last fight, right? High attack, so the double kick I think is going to do everything, because it's 30 times, like, so it's, what is it, it's 45 times 2, then times 2 or some crap, you know what I mean? So it's like 45, and if it's doubled because they're super effective, you're looking at 90 times 2, because it attacks twice. That's pretty neato. And then the speed boost helps. We got Lucario, because he's a steel type, which means ice isn't going to do much. Close combat aura sphere, and the shadow ball for the Frostlass this time. Because for some reason this guy has high special attack, and I gave him a choice band. I don't know why I did that. I might have to take that off real quick. This guy just for the fighting and the stun spore, like Mach Punch, to just get in there and do some damage, because what is that? That's 40, so double it for super effective, does 80, or does it 0.5 first, so is it 60 instead of 120? Might be 120, you know, and he's not necessarily fast, but the Mach Punch will do enough. And then this is for like the Dugong and the Lapras, I think he's a Lapras, right? Gotta double check this. Yeah, Lapras and Dugong is probably what he's going to be for. And then Charizard really is to pick up the rear, I guess, but it's not going to do much with that rain. But it could just be a good swap in too, because I think, like, Lapras has Thunderbolt, you know, and so does Frostlass, so it's like you could probably put it in. Oh, but nah, because Lapras has Whirlpool. That's probably going to be something that'll get me. Yeah, alright, so he starts with a Bomber Snow, because it also makes Blizzard 100% too, which is just kind of shitty. So we're going to take this off him and give him something else. Alright, we're going to give him... Won't need the Quick Claw. We can just give him EXP shared, so he's like real strong boy. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, fuck it. Whatever. I just don't think that's going to do as much. We can give this guy Choice Band to up Mach Punch. Ooh! That's pretty good. I'm just going to save it real quick. Just so then... I haven't experienced any trouble, but ever since that first run, or those first few runs we did before I completely rebooted the computer, I have been worried that it's just going to shit itself, and I'm just going to lose everything. So, alright, so this is what I'm going to do. So literally, it's just start with Rain Dance. Alright. Yeah, so we start with Rain Dance. Well, I mean, that's not cool, man. Whatever. Alright, Ice Beam. He missed. That's not as much neutral damage as I thought. Seed Bomb. And he killed with that? That's kind of lame. Because we're already at this point already where I'm lost. That does too much damage. We'll go double kick. Yeah. So he's going to go into Dugong. Alright, so we'll swap into Claire. Alright, because we'll go for the Surf, which does... Because that's the problem we've got now, where I can't one-hit anything. Alright, so... Oh, of course you... So I don't really want to lose... Alright, Mamoswine. Okay, cool. So he's going to use Earthquake or Earth Power. So we can go into Albert. So we go into Albert. Oh, Ice Shard. Oh, okay. He was just going to go for the kill. That's fine. And we'll go Flamethrower, alright? That did more than I thought it was going to do. So back to the Lapras. He's going to use Whirlpool, which is going to get me stuck. Is Lapras, like, bulky? Or is he... So we'll go... Oh, can I... We'll go Summary. Let's look at his defenses. So, okay, so let's... Because he's only going to use Whirlpool, right? So we go this... Oh, Paris. Okay, that's a bit weird. We go Close Combat, alright? That's fine. We go Close Combat again, because then I'll just swap out after this. Alright, we do that. Glarly. Do I swap out? Yeah, I do. Because we can swap... What does he have, though? So what would it possibly... Spikes, Ice Shard, Explosion, Blizzard. The explosion isn't nice. The explosion isn't nice, and the blizzard. So we go Morgan, I think. I think that's the smarter choice. Spikes, oh, you're an idiot. Okay, so then we go double kick. Boom. And I don't think Frostlass has a... No, he's got Shadow Ball. Okay. I will say losing Lapras right before... And done. Losing Lapras right before... Claire fucking sucks. That's shit. But he did what he did. He did what he was meant to do, which was get us past Price. That's good. Okay. Ooh, Hail. Imagine. So, what does Claire's team look like? So we've got. What's our next level cap now? Because we've got the Underground Rival and Proton. Oh, they even included these ones. That's cool. Kindra's at 50. Kindra's at 50. Because I did pick up a Swablu. Right. So let's go back real quick and look at our team. And I gotta run through all my routes, like, and see where I've not picked up Pokemon and where I still can. Because I don't think I picked one up in this route just next to us, to the left there. And I don't think I picked up one in the cave. Mount... Whatever it is, Mount Mortar? I don't think I picked one in Mount Mortar yet. Man, Lapras really did help, though. If we have to redo the run again, fucking... Yeah, Lapras is definitely coming back to the team. Right, so we got that and that, and I just don't think our Tari is good enough. What's their starting? What does she start on? Dragonair with Thunder Wave, Surf, Fire Blast, Dragon Pulse. Yeah, it's gonna be fucking hard, I reckon. That's not gonna be a good fight. As in, it's not gonna be an easy fight. Okay, so let's just take this with us over Lapras. No water type apparently. We can put in Gyarados, but then I don't have. So what? Let's get rid of Lucario for Kadabra, because we're going to fight Team Rocket and there are a lot of poison types. And then we go... I shouldn't do this at the end of the video. I can bring Gyarados with us over Blaziken, because we've got a fighting type in him and we've got a fire type in him. So that might be the way to go, and then I can give this guy the EXP share. Whoop, this way. The EXP share, which fucking Lucario was holding. Did he even level up in that fight? Was that pointless? Oh, he did level up. Okay, bag. Yeah, okay. I think that's the way to go. And we just got a couple more things that we can catch. I'll do those on camera though, because you know we're now caught back up to where we were. So I leveled him up so I could get Surf, by the way. He has no EVs on him, because I just rare candied him to 20, because I didn't have a water type to learn Surf so I could go get Lapras. So this might be the way to go for a bit. So I'm going to bleed with Kadabra, might be the way to go. We'll heal, and then we'll call it there. So thanks for coming back, thanks for waiting around and, you know, being patient. I still got to sift through a video. I haven't edited this yet, clearly, because we're doing it. We got to sift through a video that's accidentally 5 hours long, because I just left it recording. Oh no, it's 52 hours long, because I didn't get to play for a couple of days, and I don't have to really sift through it, but it's gonna be a pain in the ass to get into the software. I'll say that much, because that does not like big videos. Alright, I'm gonna call it there. Thanks for coming, thanks for watching, thanks for being back. Tell your friends, you know, the run's getting better. You know, I'm really gonna have to... Maybe I might even look at other people's way of dealing with stuff. Maybe I should start doing that, like watching people in their Nuzlocks beat. Not to emulate, but just to see how the AI reacts to what they do. Because we've got a chance at one more ice type, which is either going to be Sneasel, Delibird, Swinub, or Jinx from my memory, unless the dudes put in more ice types on the right hand side, but we do not get access to that until after the Team Rocket hideout thing, which kind of sucks. And from the looks of it, these fights are hard enough that the dude has gone like, oh, you need to know what these teams are doing. It's like the rival fight looks like a prick. Who did we have? We chose the fire type, so we've got it's Honchkrow, Magmar, Electabuzz. This guy can't spell Electabuzz. Gengar, Alakazam, Feraligatr, all at 45s, or 45, 44, 44, 45, 45, 46. We kept our fucking Jolteon though. I'm very surprised about that. And the movesets aren't... They're alright. The movesets are pretty good. The Gengar's going to be a pain in the ass. And so the Alakazam. I don't think I've got a hard counter in a Dark type, do I? And then Proton is the big bad of the thing, and he has also nothing but 45s and a 46. But Electrode, Weezing, Cacturne, Tauros, Camerupt, Crobat. So it almost seems like go through Team Rocket before you get to those fights, and then go and rebuild completely for the team, for what we're going to fight. You know what I mean? Which is kind of funny. But yeah, alright, we'll think about that later. We'll think about that later, because I think the video is probably long enough. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.